Hello, hello. So let's start getting into the presentation, and I'm gonna try to give you some ideas of how I do things, and then you can just do your thing. Use your personality, use um, your charm, and of course your experience um, to talk to people, to get to know them first. I try to limit my presentation. It, Sometimes it's not possible to limit it to an hour, but I always try to keep it into an hour. You can do a lot in an hour if you guide your conversation, and sometimes I'm guilty of not stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing there, and sometimes I get lost in conversation, and it's fun. And sometimes, if you feel like the person needs to talk a little bit more, it's up to you, of course, but it's always a good idea to keep a presentation on an hour if you think that you can, of course, help them and close a policy with them in during the presentation. So, okay, so we're gonna start with this part of the Social Security, and basically what I do here is that I review their incomes. So I would say something like, okay, Ms. Ramirez, so okay, let's just start reviewing, see where you are at, and then we'll take it from there. We'll see what gaps you have in your benefits, and then we'll see what we recommend you to do, because you might be paying a lot in some things, and you might qualify for other things. So let's just go step by step. Okay, so I go, okay, what about retirement? Are you already retired? And this little line right here, I want to get to the income level where they are at. So I would ask them, okay, are you retired? Are you getting, if they're younger than 62, are you gonna retire on, 62? Are you gonna wait for 65? So basically, what you're doing in this part is showing them that you care about what their plans are, that you're not just presenting what you're interested on learning from them, but when you come from a heart of I'm here to help you to really make a good decision on your retirement, and they might uh, they might not know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna wait till they're 65 or 66, 67. So I always go into those issues, and I try to help them figure out what it is that's more appropriate, or what's going to benefit them better. So yeah, they're going to tell me about their situation here. I would my I if they haven't said that to me, I would definitely ask them for Medicaid. If they have if they have Medicaid, if they qualify, I would say maybe something like, do you qualify for um, Texas benefits? In our case, that we're in Texas, we can say also state, whatever other state that we are at, state benefits, which is Medicaid, and that way we can, um, during that conversation, I might get a total already without even asking for it. So depending on how open this person is with you, you can be as direct as possible without making them feel uncomfortable with the information that they're giving you. Many times, if you know how to approach them, they will definitely give you their income, and this is what I use it for, to write their income, and how much they're making. And I might also ask them if they're getting 100% of their check. So once they give me, okay, so they're making, let's say, $1,200 or $600 or whatever amount they give me, I might say, is that 100% of your Social Security, or are you paying for Medicare? Are you paying for health insurance? Are they taking anything from your check? And that question is for you to help them figure out if they they need to continue paying for those amounts, or if there is a way to help them not to have to pay for that. So a lot of people that I've talked to in the past, they have been paying for their Part B Medicare. Phew, I mean, an average of $1,200 a year, and sometimes when there's two of them, I mean, double that. Every single year, not knowing that they totally qualify. If they would have just sent an application like years ago, they would have just spent I mean, saved so much money. So when you tell people that, they're gonna be ready to um, keep the attention quiet. So what you want to do with this conversation is to keep the interest open and get a higher level of attention and a connection that's happening with this conversation here. Okay, so if I feel like this person is, if I know that it's low income and I get the feeling that they're not getting any more monies from anywhere else, I might ask them. Got to be careful with this one because you don't want to ask this question to someone that might get offended with the question, but a lot of people do actually appreciate it. So I might ask them, do you get SSI, which is the supplemental income that people get on the first year of on the first day of a month. So, and a lot of people do qualify for that and they do not know. So they do appreciate for you to explain to them um, how this works and if they might qualify. So what I would do is like I normally would just say, okay, well, let me have one of your notebooks that you have, something that where I can write this down for you so you can go to the Social Security office and actually ask them. Don't try to get into a lot of promising them if they qualify or not. Just send them to the Social Security office or give them the number and uh, and let them do the rest, because there's just no way that we can do everything for them unless it's a specific situation. I've done those things for people where I get the feeling that there's just no way that they're going to be able to do that on their own. And if you have the time and the you know and the knowledge to be able to do that for them, hey, go ahead, right? But it's just no way that we can do everything for everyone. It would be impossible with the amount of hours in a day that we have to work. So but they will appreciate your guidance, and let the Social Security staff do their work and just guide them through the process. Make sure that they know that you're there to hold their hands to get their benefits that they might qualify for. Don't promise anything. Anyway, so okay, so this would be my first step, and then I would go directly to the Medicare side. So I'll show you in the next video how I transition from this conversation to this conversation. Okay, this is it for now.